By 2. If you have a 4. If you have a 2. This shoulder measurement, should we divide it by 2 or by 4? By 2. Very good. You know why we are dividing by 2? Because it's a measurement we took straight across. All those measurements we divide by 4, we take it around the body. Okay? But since it's straight across, 2. Okay? So 7.5. I usually recommend half an inch seam allowance on the shoulder. Everything concerning the arm. In fact, anywhere there's a round or a circular measurement, like armhole, like crotch, I recommend that you use only half inch, because if you do more than half inch, you run into trouble trying to stitch it together. So 7.5. Yeah, 7.5 plus half an inch, 8. Same allowance, yes. So for her chest front, we had 14. So that's 7 plus half inch, 7.5. Then, yes, just around the shoulder and armhole where this curve is, the same thing you do at the crotch of your trousers. Now, for the bust, what did we get for her bust? 36.5. So if we divide that by 4, we have 9 1/4. So for the body, you can choose to do half, 1, 2. Choice is yours. So I'm going to maintain half an inch. Okay, so seam allowance half an inch, because it's a stretchy fabric, so you don't really need the bulk of the fabric inside. For her waist, we got what? Remember? 20 what? What did we get for the waist? 20 what? Who remembers? Nobody. Yeah, let's measure again. Between 28 and 31. This is your bag when you use chain secure to your waist like this. Now the money in Nigeria they find, now you keep inside. Down here. So 30. It's a neighbor, right? So we said once it's bust measurement divided by 4 because it's round the body. Once it's waist measurement divided by 4 because it's round the body. So if we divide waist by 4, 30 divided by 4, we have 7.5. So plus half inch, 8. What did we get for hip? 40 what? 39, good. 39 divided by 4, we have 9 3/4 plus half, we have 10 1/4. Very good. So let's join up. So I'm very sorry. Don't get brought out.
So it's only the shoulder length that you use to.
Yes, and chest front. So any measurement you held your tape straight across, you use 2 to divide. Any measurement you went round the body, you use 4 to divide. Okay? Except for when you reach the thigh, that's one leg, or the hand, that's one hand, use 2 again. Okay?
Which one? Is it the front or the back? Or are you driving?
This one no get front and back pattern. Now stretching now, any stretching, we know they do front and back. One pattern serves for both front and back. Okay? So I'm going to link every 2 points. You remember now in school when you were doing what's it called, geometry or what they call it? I didn't go to that level of school. So just link 2 points together. Okay, I linked this point to this point, and then I brought this line straight down. Okay, now you remember what happened at our crotch where we had a point here and we had to curve. Good. So we will curve our armhole. As simple as that. I told you this pattern back. Oh my god, the sweetest pattern in the world. So here we go. So we shape the waist. You will see one dangerous shape now. So when we are linking bust to, I forgot something, or I have to fix it. Okay, when we're linking bust to what's it called? Waist. We use the inside of the ruler. When we're linking waist to hip, we use the outside. Okay? So what's her armhole? What's her armhole? Let's measure it. So this is where your armhole comes in. Sorry, I forgot to use it. 17 divided by 2 is 8.5, right? So we'll mark that point from this line. So this is our new angle. Do you understand?
No. You will not draw it straight.
So her armhole is 17 and front 8.5, back 8.5. So we divided it by 2. So the length here is 8.5 for the armhole. So that means this curve I made down here, I ought to make it up here. Okay? Because that's her actual armhole.
So you first of all get the this.
Yes. Sorry about this mistake. So let's now link it. So this point is linked to this point, okay? So that's our actual armhole. The bodice of this pattern is ready. It's just neck remaining. So what kind of neck do you want? U, V, square. What kind of neck do you want? V neck. Okay, good. So you ask yourself, how deep is it going to be? Me, I measure. My customers are tired for me. They say, yeah, my measurement is too much, but to avoid wahara, I dey measure. So I ask you, how deep do you want it? It's you that will use your hand to choose. If you want 9 self, I'll just show you. You'll be looking. 10. So this one is V neck. But when it reaches the bust line, it's called a plunging neckline. Okay? So since we said it's V7, Abby? Okay, so one more thing, please. Shoulder blade. 4.5. Okay. So 4.5. I usually add half for this base, like we added already. And for sewing at the neck, I add 1/4. I don't add so much at the neck, okay? So 4.5. If I add half.
Which one is the 4 now?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Which one is the 4 that you're talking about?
The shoulder blade.
Shoulder
Blade.
Okay.
How wide this place will be? How wide the person wants this place?
This line that you
This line I said.
okay.
So let's say 4. Then I put 1/2 inch to sew at this side. Then I'll put 1/4 inch to sew at this side. So I usually add 3/4. Or you can add 1 inch. Okay? If 3/4 is too complex a figure, just add 1 inch. So she said 7, Abby. See it though. I've saved myself the wahala. So if I want my V to be curved, I can use this ruler to get it there. So if you want your V to have a sharp straight line, you use this one. Okay? So that's our V neck. So if you want a square neck, you can do the same thing. If you want a U neck, you can do the same thing. If you want a boat neck, you can do the same thing. Okay? So one last thing. We ought to slant the shoulder because nobody's shoulder is completely square. Okay? Yes. Most of us have a measure of slant on the shoulder. So for a blouse like this, 1/2 inch of a slant is okay. So just link to the neckline here and slant. Let's clap for ourselves. Armhole line, okay? Let me write it so that you can see it clearly when you view it from there. Chest, on, line, bust, line, good. So I drafted this line first, then I used my vertical measurements. From here to here, we said our chest front measurement, chest front length was 5 inches. I marked it. From here to here, we said our armhole divided by 2. We got our armhole line. From here to here, we got our bust line with apex of bust measurement. From here to here, with our front body's measurement, we got our waistline. And our full length measurement, we got our hip or hemline, right? Then we drafted all the lines. Then after that, we began to mark our exact measurements on those lines. First, we started with our shoulder measurement. We said 15 inches divided by 2. We arrived at 7.5. We added half an inch, 8 inches. Here we said 14 inches divided by 2, 7 plus half an inch. We arrived at 7.5. We put a dot there. Then we brought that line, linked it here, then brought this one straight down. Okay? Then with this line, we curved it. Then our bust line, we did our bust divided by 4, marked the point, extended it up to this. Okay? We marked our waistline divided by 4 at this point, joined it to this point too. If you can have pleasantly taking a nap in this class. Don't worry, you'll soon go home. Then hip measurement divided by 4, we linked it again. Take note that when you're linking, you use the inner side of the ruler at this point and use the outer side at this point. And it's ready.